we hope today is the day. We hope today is the day we finish the floor in the kitchen. We have only got to do in front of the bedroom, in front of our little appliance garage counter space here, and sort of starting down towards the laundry room. We look and it should just be like a rectangle and an L shape, or a couple of rectangles. Pretty straightforward, we hope. So let's go ahead and get started. It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to try and get this done today. We probably won't, but we'll get as far as we can. Let's go. We just got the old floor up. We're going to go ahead and do some blocking and then cut the OSB to lay down and just sit there overnight. That way tomorrow we'll pull it back up. We'll do the plumbing work because I need to tie in the new supply lines for the sink, the ice maker for the fridge, get rid of as much of the gray pipe as I can, do the insulation work, finish the blocking, and just finish the floor. But we'll do that tomorrow.
Wait.
Yeah, there you go.
Woohoo! I got it!
Are you ready? I'll pull.
That's done. Your turn. Well, it's almost 8 o'clock and it is now time for bath, dinner, bed, all that type stuff. So we got to a good stopping point. We just laid down the plywood and then we will get back to it tomorrow. See you then. So we are back today. It is 4 o'clock. This morning we had to take some of the sheep fleeces to SAF, which is the Southeastern Animal Fiber Fair. It's a big thing around here and hopefully it is a way that we can get paid for our fleeces. So we are at it now. We have to do the PEX pipe work, some plumbing work. All the blocking is done for the floor. We do need to put in the insulation, screw down the floor that we cut yesterday, and then cut 2 more pieces and put it down, and then we are done with the floor. So we are very excited about this. Let's get to work.
Let's get to work.
Now, I ain't gonna be able to go over there.
And I don't need to.
So is there a piece left there? No, it's where.
So we're going to be doing PEX, and I want to show you the tools I have that I'm going to be using. First and foremost is a pipe cutter. This one kind of spring loaded and it kind of ratchets down. It's great for cutting pipe. I've used this to cut as thick as 1 inch Schedule 40 PVC, but it does great with PEX as well. For our PEX crimps, I use these little spring crimps, and you have to have this crimper. This tool is about maybe $26, $27, and then these are pretty cheap. It's a lot cheaper once you have the tool to buy all the pieces if you're going to be doing a lot of PEX work, especially if you fall into the trap of, I don't see any here, but those push to connect fittings that are really popular, those are really expensive. So if you're going to be doing any PEX work for your house, I would recommend this because this is also what I have. Another tool you're going to need, especially for us because we're transitioning from the gray pipe to the PEX with these special fittings, they don't take the squeeze crimps. They take copper rings. To crimp those, you can buy an expensive crimper for like 100 bucks, or you can buy one of these little guys. I've used this a lot. It's a little awkward to use, but it works really good. Pretty much, it's a two-piece system in case you need to go around pipes. You put it on there, put your hose through, and you crimp it that way. It comes with a little guide to make sure you've crimped it enough. And like I said, I've used this a lot. I've not had any problems from it, other than the fact of it's pretty slow and kind of cumbersome to use. You have to have a set of vice grips to go along with it because you'll kind of work it and crimp it down pliers in this tool. Other than that, that's all the tools I have. Cut, crimp, and crimp as well. Alright, so I want to demonstrate how to cut and crimp these pieces. I've got to make a little adapter set up here, and it's easier to show you up here than down on the floor. Here you can see they used some other kind of cutter in the store other than one of these. So I want to clean this off first. You see that's a lot cleaner cut. And then I'm going to give myself a couple of inches here. What I'm making here is a step down from a T to a 1/2 inch section to go further down the run to the front bathroom. So I just cut these short little pieces because I don't have a 3/4 half T, and I'm just going to make do with what I got here. So the first thing to do is slide on your crimp rings on the actual PEX. Put the pieces together like you want, and then crimp them down. I almost messed up. You want it pretty close to the edge, but not too close. And then you squeeze it together and it crimps it. There's one side done. The cool thing about PEX is even after you crimp it, you can still twist these a little bit. Not much, but a little. But at least in this case, I don't have to worry about how they twist or not because they're just straight pieces. With these 3/4 inch pieces, it can be kind of hard to crimp it. So I'm going to put the plier on the surface here and I'll push it down with the crimpers. There we go. I'm just going to make another one of these in the blue line for the cold water line. Alright, I've completed all the work I can above the floor in the comfortable standing position. Now it's time to get down in there and hook it all together. Let me go ahead and show you real quick what I've got put together. We have a 3/4 inch PEX line coming in. It comes to a T. This is a 1/2 inch spur. Goes off to the washing machine. Come on down the line, there's another T to a 1/2 inch. And this gets split again. One line for the ice maker, the other for the kitchen sink cold supply. And then on the end of the run here, a 3/4 inch steps down to a 1/2 inch and goes on to the bathroom in the front of the house. I mimicked all the step downs and all the locations of the existing piping, so everything should be fine. Should operate just like it has. I have one just like this for the hot water line, minus this T right here. Instead, the T's here just go straight onto the hot line of the kitchen sink. Okay, now it's time to get down on the floor, a really fun part, and hook this all together. I am purposely leaving these pipes long so that I cut exactly off what I need to and don't waste any and have any bits left over, or even worse, cut myself too short.
Hey, I'm just now done with my vitamins and my Tylenol.
Nice. You got a headache today?
Yeah, I had it a couple of times. Even at noon.
So Sam dropped the cutters underneath the house. So we're using our little grabber to get it back, hopefully.
Alright, so here is a wonderful angle, but it's real life, of how to use this tool. I have to crimp this copper ring around the gray pipe for it to transition to PEX. The gray pipe uses the copper rings. So you put this together, kind of slot it in. It's really, really difficult to do. I guess if you're doing a lot of these and you can't just tear all the gray pipe out, then I would look into getting an actual crimper. It'd be a lot easier than this, but this is the affordable DIY method. Okay, so I've got it held in place. Try and turn that, you should be able to see it. A little bit of gray pipe sticking out, copper ring inside the crimpers. Now I use my pair of vice grips and I clamp this together over and over and over until there's no gap right here on these crimper. It has to come all the way together. This is the fun part where you need like 6 arms, because as you hold it, Angela, it might be easier to come over my shoulder and film this. So as you hold it, crimp, release, tighten a little bit, crimp, release. Show my hand over here. Get the whole picture?
Yeah.
You get the whole picture. Tighten a little bit, crimp, release, tighten, kind of walk up on it, sneaking up on it here. And each time it gets harder to do. Whew. There. It's totally together. So that's crimped. Pull this apart. And so now we have our transition piece. PEX pipe, PEX crimp will go right here on this side, and you're good to rock and roll. So this is what the finished crimp and transition piece looks like whenever you're done. Two hours later, and I'm finally done with all the plumbing. We just turned the water back on, looked over everything for a while, no leaks. Our well system got back up to pressure, full pressure, no leaks. Yay. Big relief. The one thing we kind of aren't totally done on yet is our ice maker. The valve we had, back there, the little tube, the valve we had is not the right end to connect to the fridge. So I just stuck one of the PEX caps you can buy to like close off pipes. I just stuck it on there and crimped it for now. We'll go to the store, I'm sure, very soon, and I'll just add it to my list to get one of those and finish it out so that this bad boy can be hooked up again. A little bit of trimming on the wall right there. There's my favorite tool. a long afternoon. It's 8 o'clock. So in 4 hours, we got all the plumbing fixed.
Which was 2 hours.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of slow. And then we got insulated and 3 pieces of flooring cut and put down. And we are done, just like Angela said.
And nobody knows just how wonderful it is to have your whole floor down again.
That's right. Only those who have done it know.
Yes.
Yeah. Or to tell the boys they're free to walk wherever they want. And they don't have to worry. It's safe. Or for us to not have to consciously think, where am I right now? And if I want to go this way, will I die? So
or at least plummet 4 feet.
Yeah. Death by floor is no longer an issue right here. So, it feels great. It's the end of a video era. It means from here forward, it's not going to be about the kitchen and dining room floor. I know you're so excited.
Now it's going to be the wall and the window.
Yep, wall and the window. And then insulation and vapor barrier and drywall and all sorts of fun. So be sure you stay tuned. Leave us a comment. And we'll see you guys on the next video.
See ya.
Bye. Hang on guys, the video's not done yet. It's the next evening. We have something a little extra special bonus for you. Stay tuned.
So while I was at work today, Sam went to Lowe's and got a filter. So we can go ahead and start using the water out of the fridge and do ice cubes, which will be great. I just have to figure out a way inside of this package. Huh. Okay, so the filter's on the very bottom of the fridge. And you just pop it out. And keep it upright because it's full of water. Here, helper. And that just twists in. Woo. And you can hear the water running into it. So it fully seated. So with the new filter, it said that you need to run 4 gallons of water through it, I guess just to get any residual sediment or anything like that out. So here we are on gallon 1, and gallon 2, and 3, and 4.
Oh yeah, so I want to address one more thing real quick. We've had a lot of people ask, why don't we just take some of these walls down to alleviate the tight squeeze for the fridge? That side has the electrical panel. We can't touch it. Angela will show you that real quick. Can't touch this. Yeah. No. Can't touch that wall. Over here on this side, we could, but we have our light switch for the dining room here. So there's wiring here we have to move. And honestly, with Angela's soap drying rack and our future plans for this area, if you remember, we've got something special planned here if we ever get our house put back together. We really need the wall space. So, there's not really an option on the walls. The one thing I am trying to convince Angela of, and maybe you can help me, is to get rid of this cabinet. I don't like it. And it is holding in a lot of heat or upward momentum and movement of the air. She's worried about losing that storage, but to me it's dead storage, junk storage. I told her we could replace that with some pretty cute little baskets that maybe sit here on top of the fridge, like canvas baskets or something. So, I got a little ways of that. Maybe you can help convince her.
I want a Lazy Susan.
You want a Lazy Susan?
The Lazy Susan cabinet.
Here?
Underneath. The bottom cabinet.
We're not even talking about that. Is that your compromise?
Yes.
Alright, well that's not going to the video. Well guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. Angela is super thrilled to have her fridge dispensing water and making ice. And I'm glad to have that part of the project done. I look forward to not working on the floor and being in the floor anymore. From here on, it should be nice stand-up work.
Yes, I agree.
Alrighty, we'll see you next time.
See you guys.